this call. Our speaker is a gentleman that's a multiple business owner. He has vision. He can see it before it happens. And taking that energy, he then makes a plan, executes the plan, and shows others the way. That's why he is a servant leader, a person who goes by his faith and then writes out a plan and executes. He is a diamond because of that. And we see double diamond in his future. We see that success is right around the corner. I smell it. I smell it. I smell it. Right? Do you smell it, Willie? It is right there. Just grab it. Keep pushing, my brother. You are the one as a servant leader, the leader of the number one income producing team in Akana, the team that is plugged in to their leader who is open to continuous learning. That's who you want on your team. So, without any further ado, my buddy, Willie Mooney.
Great morning. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, I could smell what is cooking. Praise God, it's Friday, you all. Thank you so much, Kathy, again for the affirmation. Thank you for the positive words. Thank you for speaking things in existence, right? Because that's power. And thank you, Akana Nation, for believing and making yourself making it actually this morning. It's a beautiful morning to this call. At this very moment, wow, Kathy, you just speak in my language, man. I appreciate you for that. Actually, you all, today is a much calmer day. I'm actually still in the bed. I have my niece laying in my arms. Actually just posted this on Facebook because this is the spirit that I'm in this morning. This week has been a week of turbulence. So now I'm sitting in my bed. I'm looking out the window. It's sunlight. My niece is sleeping peacefully in my arms. And with everything that I have been through this week alone, the beginning of this week, and I mean, it's been a turbulent season, I still can say that I have been shaken, but I'm still standing. And that was my message for yesterday. I know that as Kathy just spoke, this is the season for takeoff, and we all can reach new heights, new levels, new dimensions. Belief is a big part of that, as well as strategy, perseverance, and weathering the storm. So this morning, what's in my spirit to really just message starts always with me to really just share is how to shift after the shake and moving from survival to soaring. So again, yesterday I spoke to you all because God spoke to me as family, right? And yesterday we talked about, yeah, being shaken, but we're still here. We're still standing. But I woke up today with this thought in my spirit, like, if God allowed us, if He allowed me to still be standing, it's because He's ready to shift us to soaring. And how many of you feel that way? Like you're still here, right? And we don't just get shaken up. The tree doesn't get shaken to stay still. You know, some things are going to fall off. Some people are going to fall off. It's part of life. You know, life continues to move on, and you get shaken to shed what you can't fly. Right? Let me say that one more time. See, things need to be shaken off. You can look at a rocket ship being blasted, and it has to shake something off in order to continue to fly, to continue to soar. So the turbulence wasn't to break me, right? The turbulence wasn't even to break you. It was to prepare you for your next level of wings. You all, I'm feeling so empowered this morning. Now, man, let me tell you, the car shut down. Well, God gave me a rental, right? And it's not going to stop one beat because what's happening is I'm about to soar, right? I'm about to soar to the next level, and I know you are too. So today I want to talk about that shift that's about to happen with the both of us, with all of us. Moving from just surviving this week to soaring into a next season with purpose, clarity, and dominion, power, and authority. Let me say that one more time. Purpose, clarity, and moving forward with dominion, power, and authority. So, number one is I want you to understand that the shake was a setup. The shake was a setup. What you thought and what I thought was disrupting and a disruption to my life was actually a redirection and setting me in a direction. Maybe there were some things, and I have to think about this, and I know this is true. I can't even say maybe. There were some things that I needed to take to a next level, but again, I needed something to shake me out of that even comfort zone of that level. So shaking does expose some weak roots that we've had planted for a very long time. And it forces us to strengthen what really matters. It forces us to really press towards the mark when things are shaking up or when they're. Um, so it did remove because of what has happened to me this week. It forced me to remove distractions and dependencies and detours, right? It really forced me to because when put under pressure, I had no option. I could have laid down, but that's not an option. So I had to force, I had to be pushed, I had to be stretched to move forward. Hebrews 12 chapter 27 through 28 verse says, everything can be shaken, will be shaken, so that what cannot be shaken will and may remain. Let me say that one more time. Everything that can be shaken will be shaken, right? If you got weak hands, somebody's going to smack it out your hands, right? But the awesome part is, so what cannot be shaken, it will remain. If you got strong hands, we call it diamond hands, right? Meaning you go hold on to it. You ain't letting nothing. You ain't letting it go. I don't care who smacks your hand. You hold it. If you're a sports person, you holding on to that ball tight until you ready to take the shot. So one action step for this week is I want you to list one thing this week, right? Revealing that you no longer need. What do you no longer need? Is it a habit? Is it a fear? Is it a distraction? Right? I want you to let it go today. Now, what needs to be shaken, let it go. Right? But what needs to help you to hold on to, I want you to hold on to. But I want you to focus on what habit, what fear, or what distraction needs to be let go. So let me move to number two. Surviving, it feels like this morning. Surviving was the test. Now comes the assignment. What I made it. You made it. What's next? See, survivor means you passed the test. Now you're cleared for your purpose, right? God never lets you survive without a reason. What is that reason? See, every scar is a signal of strength. You have your battle wounds just like me. It's a reminder that you survived, but it also signals and it signals what strength you have because you survived. It is a reminder, and that's definitely okay. It's time to stop asking what did or why did this happen, and start asking ourselves, what am I supposed to do with it? Forget about why did this happen, right? Ask yourself, what are you supposed to do with it? So Romans 8 chapter 28 verse says, as we know, that all things work together for the good to those who love God. Share one testimony with a teammate or a leader today. Tell them how you made it through. Someone needs your proof. They need your evidence. They need to know what happened so that they too can be encouraged. Number 3, shift from emotion to execution. Emotion. Let's move out of our emotions and move towards execution. Feelings come and they go. Now, I'm not telling you not to feel, but there's a shift that comes from that emotional state that you're in right now to now, what are you going to do about it? Execution. See, you've already proven what you believe in your faith, right? You've already proven that. Now it's time to prove the follow through. What are you going to do about it? God blesses movement. If you survive the storm, you qualified to lead through it. Don't you know it? That God made you a leader? He made you to survive so that you can pull someone else through. Don't wait for perfect conditions, you all. I can't do that. I'm gonna be honest. Well, this morning feels great, but it's never a perfect time to move now. So don't wait for perfect conditions. If you can move in a storm, you can move in any season. Let me remind you of that. Ecclesiastes 11, chapter 4, verse says, whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap, right? Because it's always something that's happening. It's always something that's moving. It's never going to be perfect. So if you're just watching the way that things go by and watching and just take action. It's time to execute. So this is my action step. And message starts with me. Don't just think that I'm preaching or beating up on you all. No, I was in the woodshed. And if you old school, you know what I'm talking about. So let's identify one system task, right? I put out the funnel. Let's identify one system task you pause during turbulence. There's something that you started doing that you stopped doing. Maybe you stopped calling people. Maybe you stopped doing events, right? Maybe you stopped doing the funnel work. Let's get back to it and restart today, going into the weekend. Number 4, collaboration creates acceleration. I don't know how many times that God has told me you can't do it alone. Now, this is even with God, right? And I'm not taking anything. He knows I give him all the glory, right? But I tell you, people help. So yesterday's message was about standing, right? I want you to take today's message and make it about linking arms with somebody, locking arms with somebody. See, when everyone's been through the fire, unity multiplies the anointing. Let me say that one more time. When you have a lot of people who've been through what you've been through or going through what you're going through, man, imagine locking arms with them and imagine the anointing and the overflow. See, the next level of growth won't come through a solo effort, won't come through a lone ranger or you going off into your own corner. I'm looking forward to Battle of the Blood Types. See, something like that, right, comes through a strategic agreement to do something together. Matthew 18th chapter 19 through 20th verse says, if two of you agree on earth about anything, it will be done for them by my Father. Let me say that one more time. Matthew 18th chapter 19 through 20th verse says, if two of you agree on earth about anything, it will be done for them by my Father. So this is the action step. Connect with one partner today. Align your goals. Talk about your goals. Create accountability and move towards the weekend together. This is my last point that I'm going to talk about this morning, and that is having the takeoff mindset. right? Turbulence is a sign you are lifting. I want you to understand what takeoff mindset looks like. And that means when you see turbulence, we need to identify it as a time that we're about to take off. We're lifting up. We're hitting the next level. See, pilots don't panic during turbulence. Let me give you that. If you are riding on the plane, right? If a if a pilot announced to you in total feeling total disturbed that we are having turbulence and I'm going out of my mind, oh man, that plane's going down. But the pilot, right, never panics during turbulence. You are a pilot. They smile because it means they're leaving the ground or they're about to break through that turbulence. So you're not where you were. I want to remind you of that. We are not who we were yesterday. You are not who you were, right? The shaking of the leaves and the shaking of that tree proved it because you're still here. So the test is already confirmed. You've already made it. You've confirmed it that you can survive. And now it's time to soar, right? Higher in purpose, deeper in faith, and wider in your impact. You have the ability to impact a lot of people. See, Isaiah 40th chapter 31st verse says, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and they shall mount upon wings as eagles. You can fly. So this is my action step, and I want to share it with you. Set one bold goal for this week that scares you a little bit. Now, some of you will say, that Diamond Bernadine Kirkland might set a goal to scare her a lot because I know she's really trying to soar. But just something that requires your faith and your motion. Can you do that for me this weekend? And if you can, please feel free to go to any of my posts that I just posted, especially the one of me this morning with my niece, and just say to me, I will and I can and I will. That's all. I can and I will. See, team, we've been shaking, we've been stretching, we've been tested, but now it's time to soar. And the storm cleared really what the storm did was it cleared the airspace. See, I've said I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing sunshine, right? There is no rain, there is no clouds. See, the shaking refined our structure. Now it's time to shift gears and fly. You are the pilot. You survived the breakdown. You survived the attacks. You survived the noise. Now to stand still, not to stand still. It's not time for that, but to lead you all with new power. Let this be your declaration today. I'm shifting from surviving to soaring, from pressure to purpose, from standing still to taking flight. See, this November, you all, right, is going to be powerful. And right now, I want you to look at this month of October, these last couple days, and I want you to look at these days as your runway. And you're that plane, and you're that pilot steering that plane. You all, let's ride. Back to you, Kathy.
Let's ride. Let's ride. I love it. So it is Friday, Friday, Friday. Remember your opportunities. Saturday and Sunday. Those are going to be your opportunities to share this mission. Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, and at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Guys, this is something for you to invite to. All you got to do is invite. We got you on the rest, okay? Today, there's going to be rebounding. So make sure if you're not doing your exercise, get this in, get it out of the way early, and you'll have fun really great. And so focus We talked about focus. We talked about re-energizing. And as Mooney just mentioned, we gotta roll. It's time to ride. Okay. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope
And
you have a
last
great go
one
ahead.
more thing. Just rubies and above. We are on our leadership call this morning. So see you in about 2 minutes.
All right. I've got some calls I'm gonna make after this call. To some of my folks. I'll try to get on. I'm on the road. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to send your people to the Akana booth at the Chicago Women's Expo happening at the convention center this weekend. Akana has a booth. We're going to be helping people for both of those days, Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday are big. If you're going to send people remote, you have remote events to send them to. That's the Zoom. But if you're local, even if you're not going to be at the convention center, let them know to come to the Akana booth as soon as they get in at the convention center. Okay. So, with that being said, guys, we will see you here next time. Have an Akana kind of day and weekend. See you next time.